Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is You Had Me at Hey, Chapter 9, and this one is titled Dope Showdown. Wait, Jirou, I don't want you to get in trouble, you gasped. Where's Death Arms? Just then the guy took a sharp breath in and shouted another note. There's no time yet, it's me or nothing, Jirou said sharply, standing up and plugging her earjacks into her leg speakers once again. She turned and directed her vibrations at the guy, her shockwaves halting the note and causing it to explode midair. You squinted and smacked your hands over your ears as the high-pitched note exploded, and you saw Jirou do the same, retracting her jacks from her leg speakers with a grimace. Oh, that note probably hurt her ears, you thought worriedly. The guy shouted another note, and Jirou quickly plugged her earjacks back in and fired off another round of vibrations, exploding the note midair again. It was a lower note this time, but still just as loud, and you saw her wince again. Get it done, Jirou! You can do it! You shouted as the sound of the note dissipated. She didn't look back at you, but you knew she had heard you, and her posture straightened as she fired off another round of sound waves. Where are those vibrations being made from? You thought as you watched her. Is that her heartbeat she's amplifying? Time and time again, Jirou sent her amplified heartbeat back to the guy, and you noticed that slowly his notes were being exploded closer and closer to himself, as her amplifications intensified and pushed them away from where you were. Keep going! Keep going! You shouted with excitement as you saw that the guy was struggling to get notes out amid Jirou's vibrations. The guy cursed loudly, then screamed another note. E-sharp! The guy screamed fearfully as he saw his notes were exploding closer and closer to himself. That's just the F note, you idiot! You screamed at him, drawing his attention, as Jirou's vibrations exploded the note almost directly in front of him. He threw his arms up in front of his face to shield himself from his own explosion, but it knocked him off his feet, sending him sprawling onto the tiled classroom floor. Jirou quickly switched from using her leg speakers to two smaller speakers on her arms, plugging her jacks in at lightning speed and slamming her fists into the floor, sending one last shockwave at the guy, ripping up the floor in the process. At that moment, Death Arms arrived and flew through the door, easily jumping Jirou's waves of rippled tiles and pinning the guy to the floor. Good job, Jirou! Death Arms called to his intern, and she smiled as she panted furiously. Jirou, get the students out of the room ASAP, he commanded, and she nodded, spinning around and pointing at you. Yin, run, get out of the room and wait in the hall, she directed, before turning her attention to the other students. You nodded and got up, running for the door and out into the hall as she directed. I wonder why she called me to go out first. Maybe because that way I can call students to come to me when they come out. That way they'll have someone to focus on and run to, you thought. As student after student exited, you called them to you and kept everyone in a huddle, doing your best to calm stressed or frantic classmates. Where's the teacher? You thought as you looked around the group. Is everyone here? You called, standing on tiptoes to try and see everyone. No, this classmate and another one got hurt, Yin, one of your friends yelled out. And I don't know where the teacher is either. I think she got hurt too. The teacher was near me, Yin, one of your other classmates called to you. The back of the upright piano came loose and fell on her. Oh, you replied with a grimace. Oh, like karma is a bitch, though. The devil on your shoulder whispered into your left ear. No, but poor teacher, the back panel of the piano fell on her. That must have hurt, the angel on your right shoulder said in a pitying voice. Just then, Death Arms came out of the classroom carrying a teacher. A few classmates started to panic again. Guys, you called to the class. We're fine, okay? There's still a hero here, you said as you looked around to see if Jirou had come out of the room yet. Death Arms reappeared at that point and told you all to head to emergency evacuation point number 3. Sir, Death Arms, sir, you called to him as he turned to leave. Where is the intern, you paused. Oh, crap, I don't even know her hero name. You panicked. Earphones? Death Arms asked. Yes, he replied eagerly. She has the man responsible for this mess apprehended, he said authoritatively. Oh, okay, I don't want to interrupt, you said sheepishly. She did good, sir. Please tell her that, you said, a little shyly. I will, Death Arms said, and he returned to the room to carry out more injured classmates, while the rest of you went to the evacuation area. Man, what are the chances of her being the one to come and save us? You thought with a chuckle. She was badass, though. Oh my god. After all the mess had been contained, and injured students and teachers had been taken to the closest hospital for assessment, you were all dismissed for the rest of the day, free to go home. Hey, Dad, you greeted him as you walked into the shop. Yin, he said in surprise. Why are you home so early? Some random dude decided to sing the school down, you replied, trying to sound as disappointed as possible. Pardon? Your dad asked in confusion. You explained what had happened and he nodded. Okay, well, fair enough, but get changed because I need you in the shop this afternoon. There seem to be more people wanting music-related items today. Okay. You sighed, slumping slightly as you passed him and trudged upstairs to put your bag in your room and change. Around 5 p.m, Jirou turned up in your shop and you nearly passed out with excitement. Forgetting to control yourself, you raced over to her as soon as you saw her and engulfed her in a hug. Oh my freaking god, you were so damn amazing and cool today. And marry me? You gushed as you pulled back from her, yelling at the top of your lungs. Oh my god, she hissed with embarrassment, lifting her arms up to either side of her head and trying to shield her embarrassed face with her elbows. You're so loud, Yin. Sorry, you laughed. No, but seriously, you were so cool, you said again. If it had been an anime, you would definitely have had the starstruck eyes right now. Were you okay after, though? I didn't get a chance to see you. Yeah, I was fine, she replied in her usual calm voice. The guy got handed over to the police. Had to do some paperwork, boring stuff. Then I came here. Hey, I was meaning to ask, was there a reason you sent me out of the classroom first? You asked curiously. Is it because you trusted me to keep an eye on everyone that followed out afterwards? She blushed. Why is Jirou blushing? We'll have to stay tuned for chapter 10 coming tomorrow.